This video is dedicated to my friends in accounting and finance. I am talking to everyone in accounting and finance and auditing. Whether you're an entry-level, senior, manager, controller, director, everybody. We all share same happiness, same satisfaction we get from work, and we also share the same pain. And we also have very similar mindset, very similar skill sets, and very similar, if not exact same lifestyle. You are hardworking, you are dedicated, you are persistent, you are goal-oriented. But there are some painful truths that we all share. We are lacking some social life because we don't have to make social connections, make new friends. We always carry guilt inside of us for not spending enough time with people that we care. We always have some health issues. The work we have is so demanding. It requires us to be present at work at all times. The last but not least thing I'm going to mention is we don't find our lives highly meaningful. In this video, I'm going to share 3 pain points that accountants and auditors and everyone in finance team feels, so you can listen to it and assess if any of those resonate with you. If so, it's never late to change. In total, I spent 12 years in my life studying for professional level exams, studying for my designation as an ACCA and CPA and a professional auditor. And I also worked at KPMG for 5 years. And I also worked at Brookfield as an accountant. The majority of my adult life spent behind the spreadsheets, spent in those meetings, spent into fulfilling my responsibility as a professional to my stakeholders. I spend so much time exploring what I'm good at. I spend so much time analyzing if accounting and finance and auditing is something that I'm meant to do for life. And the answer was very clear, and I become a life coach, which resonates with my true talent and skills more. So now I am spending my time understanding what accountants and finance people go through, and I would like to help you guys. So 3 pain point areas that I identified that we all share as accountants. Number 1, I can't do enough work unless I work for long hours. Accountants are known for working for long hours. I'm talking everyone in finance, I'm talking everyone as an auditor, but if you hear me saying accountants, I am referring to every one of you who is in the field. So accountants are all known as working for long hours. The reason is there's a lot of work to do, and the expectation that the people have on us, expectation that our bosses have on us is that we stay longer so that we do more work. What I learned after becoming a life coach is there are different types of people. There are different types of people based on our DNA, based on our date of birth, based on our passion and what we meant to do and what kind of energies we have. If you take example as human design, people that are generators, people that are born in with generator type of energy, they find themselves more and more energized when they do something that they like. So they have this special skill set of allocating high amount of energy, even amount of energy throughout the long hours of working. They can still produce while they're working for long hours, after hours. But there are so many types of energies that cannot sustain that level of energy for extended amount of time. Say, for instance, projectors. Projectors are a type of energy. You can have very high impact work for very minimal amount of time. So the amount of work that you do in that 2 or 3 hours gap is high impact. It is very productive, but the rest of the time you have to relax, you have to rest. For example, myself, I am a reflector. I am also one of those type of people that cannot sustain long hours of working and produce. The type of energy I have is I reflect back. I have the skill set of observing what everyone around me is feeling, is saying, what is happening in the room, and I can reflect back. I can see the pain points. I can see the problems. I can feel what they're saying. I can feel what they're not saying. That is the type of talent I have as a reflector. But then I was comparing myself with somebody who is a generator who can work for long hours and getting so confused why this person is producing, working, and they still get happy, still get energy. And I am so exhausted. I cannot keep up. And I thought maybe because I'm not good enough, I'm not a good accountant. But that wasn't true when I realized the skill set that I have, the type of energy I have is different. These kind of things are not commonly shared in between accountants because we don't believe that by nature of our work that humans are energies. We are energies. This can explain why some people can work for long hours and some people cannot work for as many hours. So it is very useful to work on yourself, to observe yourself and analyze what are the extent of hours you can work per day with high productivity and efficiency. And that is something you have to accept. It is not our choice. The pain point area number 2 is the guilt that we carry. When we are working for long hours, we feel guilty because we are not being anywhere else but work. We're not being good parents to our kids. We're not being good partners to our beloved partners. We are not being good kids. We're not preparing lunches. We're not cleaning. We're not coming up with gift ideas. We're not attending on Saturday events, because we are just so busy and we're feeling so guilty for not showing up for others. What I learned after I become a life coach, it is because our body is trained to work from the day we choose to become an accounting person, finance person, an auditor, right? We trained our body to sit for the exams, for next exam, especially if you study for designation like ACCA, CPA, CFA. Those are the high pressure exams where you mentally drain yourself. At the same time, your body is trained to stress. Now our bodies are addicted to stress. That's why things like relaxing, things like spending time with families, it's not familiar to our bodies. When you train your body and the brain and the mind to do something specific, high stress for that many years, now it's not in your consciousness. Even if you want to relax, it can't. You just want to go back to your laptop. You want to go back to checking the emails and answering the questions. And you want to meet the standards that your team has on you. It's because of the brain. It's how addicted we are. So just like any other addiction, if you want to break this habit, if you want to learn how to rest, which is essential for your happiness, fulfillment in life, you need to train your body on how to relax. Intentionally train your body to just relaxing. Although it feels difficult right now, it's hard to admit, but it is very difficult to relax with no shame and guilt. So it is something we have to learn. I didn't know that when I was an accountant. I thought the more you work, the better it is, but you still carry guilt. But then I realized this was so damaging to my brain. This was so damaging for my health, which is very important as a human being. We carry a lot of responsibilities as a professional. You work in a public company where you have to publish the reports. That is your responsibility as a professional, which I completely understand, and that's what you get reminded of every single day. What you don't get reminded is your other responsibility as a human. A soul that's carrying this physical body, you have responsibilities for your own happiness. The third and last pain point I'm going to mention in this video is constant need for proving yourself. You're constantly trying to prove that you are good enough for your role. And one of the ways how you can solve this, how you can get better at this, is reflecting, contemplating and reflecting, spending some time reflecting back on what you have achieved. Hardworking people, high achievers, competitive people, some common observation I had is they never take time to reflect. And if they reflect, they can realize how far they have achieved. And you don't have to prove to anyone that you are hardworking, persistent, and you can get to where you want because you are already that person. You don't have to try to be a successful person because you have been already doing it for so many years. And that is very easy to understand if you spend time on reflecting to your past. Spend time and looking at what you have already achieved. Thank you so much for listening to my video. If you want to work with me as your life coach, go to my website. Thank you so much again. I'll see you guys in my next video.